Good morning, comrades, and welcome to my last and what I hope is my best stop here in India. This is the Arabian Sea, also known as the Indian Ocean in some parts of it. And I am walking along the beach in Mumbai. Some of my older viewers may remember when it used to be called Bombay. This is my third day here. My second day, when I was stepped out to do some recording, I ended up getting caught in what has turned out to be an almost continuous rain here. I got soaked. My stills camera, the reliable and kind of beat up Canon G7X, got drenched. So I'm not sure I'll ever be able to use that again. I have it back in the hotel room trying to dry out, but I'm not optimistic. I may need another stills camera. I know some of you are saying, Bill, why don't you just use your phone? And I know the whole story. Phones are good. The cameras on a phone are some of the best cameras made nowadays. I know all that stuff. But using a phone for a camera, it just doesn't feel right. You can't really hold it the way you would hold a camera. And yes, I can take pictures with it, but it's not my go-to thing. I've always had it with me. But I think I might have taken, out of all these videos, I might have taken 1 or 2 pictures with my phone. I used to use the G7X for everything like that. But it's going to be the phone for the rest of the trip, that's for sure. Like I said, this is my third day here, and it's been raining almost constantly since then. I have 3 spots that I want to make videos about. This beach that I'm walking to is one of them. In fact, I thought I was already there, but Google Maps say I have another 600 meters to go. I think I can see it off in the distance. This is not really a beach. This is mostly rocks. So I'm not sure you would call it a beach. The other one is the railway station, the CST or CTS. That's where I was headed yesterday when I got washed out. So I'll be heading there again probably tomorrow or the next day. And then there's one more spot. It's called the Gateway of India, which is, you'd probably recognize it when you see it. It's just a big monument. It reminds me of the Arc de Triomphe in Paris. Speaking of Paris, the Olympics start, well, today. The Olympics start today. This is July, whatever day the Olympics starts. But those are the 3 places. Surprisingly enough, they are all within walking distance of my hotel. Now, I didn't plan it that way. Mostly the time when I pick a hotel, I try to get something that is near a metro station or subway station. That wasn't possible this trip. I think where I am, though, is right in the heart of the tourist district of Mumbai. There's no metro stations, but there are several railroad stations. I don't know where I'm going with that, but that's where I am. I'm in what's known as South Mumbai. I'm on that little peninsula that sticks off the main map. So hopefully I'll get 3 videos out of those 3 places. And this one, if I can get back to the hotel before the rain starts this afternoon, I'll be lucky. I don't want to get drenched again. My shoes are still wet. Today is Friday. I arrived here Wednesday. I flew from Bengaluru on Indian Air, or I guess the official name is Air India, of which I'm now a proud member of their frequent flyer club. They send me enough emails, I should be getting free rides any day now. But I'm flying Air India, and in about a week from now, heading to Nepal, to Kathmandu. And my flight will take me from here in Mumbai with a stopover in Delhi, and then from Delhi to Nepal. And I'll be in Nepal a while before I actually head into Malaysia from there. That's a couple weeks away though. When I get back to Malaysia, that's going to pretty much put an end to my visiting new places for this trip, because I've been there, I used to live there, so it's not really a new thing going there to visit now. I only have a short time here in Mumbai, but I'm looking forward to seeing some of those iconic sites. I think if you see the train station, if I actually get there and get a video done about that, I think you'll recognize the place. It's gigantic. I got there yesterday right as it started raining, and rather than make a video in the pouring rain, and that video would become about the rainstorm and not about the train station. I want to make that video because I had seen I think it was a documentary on Discovery Channel or something like that, where they sent a crew in. It was a 5-episode series about the Indian railway station, and it was based here in Mumbai at the Central Railway Station. I'm not really sure what the name of it is. It has a long name. I'll look that up. Before I make the video, of course, I'm going to have to learn how to say the name. There's a lot of mist coming off the ocean here, and it's too bad because you really can't see the Mumbai skyline. But it's ridiculously humid. You can tell it's rainy season. I don't know if they refer to this as monsoon season or not, but it does rain a lot here at this time of the year. And I felt the first few drops, so it's getting ready to rain again. Or more, I should say. So I'm going to turn around and sort of make my way back to the hotel and show you around my neighborhood, which all by itself is kind of an interesting video. One thing you may not have known about Mumbai is it's the second largest city in India, behind Delhi. Delhi has 32 million people living in it, and Mumbai, according to some guy on the internet, has 21 million. So it's substantially larger than the other two cities where I was before. In fact, Mumbai has more people in it than a lot of the countries I've been in recently. I've been namasteing my head off to almost everybody that walks past me. Not here on the beach. Surprisingly enough, everyone here on the beach seems to ignore me. I keep checking to make sure my zipper's not open or something like that. But when I go into town, like yesterday when I was walking over to the train station, people were on their way to work. They're standing in line for buses. And when I say standing in line for buses, I mean they're standing in lines, long, long lines for buses. And I just saw a line of people, and I'm wondering what the heck is this line for? Because it didn't seem to go anywhere. And when I got near, I could see that the front of the line was still 200 or 300 meters farther away, and people were loading themselves onto a bus. This was about 9:30, maybe 10 o'clock in the morning. So getting to work is quite an adventure here, if you live here, I guess. Well, this is my turn. There is a signal here. I can't see it though. The road I'm going on to is a little bit quieter, and I have two more things I want to talk about. So I'll wait until I get across this street to do that. Something else you might not know about Mumbai is that this is I don't know if the headquarters is the right word for it, but it's the center of Bollywood movie making. Just like Hollywood is in the US, this is where Bollywood is located. I don't think there's actually a town called Bollywood. That's the nickname of this part of Mumbai. So I've been keeping an eye out for the 2 or 3 Bollywood stars that I might recognize if I run into them on the street. Although that's kind of unlikely, let's put it that way. My favorite Bollywood actor, I'm pretty sure he doesn't live here, is Amitabh Bachchan. Or Bachchan, I'm not sure how you say his last name. I should have looked that up before I came out here today. But I'll make a correction in the video below if I said it wrong. It's not really hot here, but it is extremely humid. And being this close to the sea just ramps up the humidity a little bit higher. So I don't know if you can tell, but this is not sweat on my shirt. It's actually, I think it'd be called condensation. It's like the dew point is right at a certain level, and when it hits my skin, it just evaporates or forms dew. Whatever happens at the dew point, the water comes directly out of the air, and I end up covered with dew. This is not sweat. But you're probably watching this video saying, so what, Bill? And you would be right. So what? My neighborhood just happens to include a local train station. This is not a metro or a subway, and before I would ever use this, I'd have to figure out how it works. It's probably marginally easier to understand than the bus system would be here, but it's still not as easy as a subway. There is an underground walkway. I have to cross 2 streets, and I think I can do it in this walkway, but I'm a little bit reluctant to do it because I'm not sure I'm going to be able to figure out how to get out of here. Getting lost underneath Mumbai. This reminds me a little bit of Istanbul. If you go down into these underground walkways, you end up with all kinds of shops. The other thing I wanted to talk about was airline reservations. I did talk about that a little bit in my last video. And I decided to tackle that yesterday since it was raining all day long. And I finally found a flight and some good seats where I could use some of those points I've accumulated over the past year. So I ended up scoring a business class seat on ANA and United through Tokyo, Chicago, and Scranton sometime in December. So that cost me about 60,000 points, and I think it was $310. So I'm quite happy about that. Get that out of the way. just past my hotel. But before I go in there, I'm on the hunt for a grocery store, which according to my Google Maps is about 150 meters from here. Yeah, so getting back to my airline story, I've only flown in business class once before, and that was when my company paid for it when I lived in Malaysia. I think I got upgraded. I don't think they actually paid the full fare. But this time it was points, so my point strategy is starting to pay off. You can accumulate points all year long. At the end of a long trip, you can have a nice, comfortable ride home. Okay, I found the grocery store. I'm going to go in, get whatever I need, and then head back to the hotel. But before I do that, I'm going to put a lid on this video and say thank you for watching, and I'll be seeing you in the next one.